Right, we've got an IP address, so we're going to put that in here now. I'm going to miss putting it in there. Alright, so what we're going to do, the first thing that I usually do is I edit my DNS mask config file, which I probably should clean up, honestly. So let's actually clean it up and do like a D20 and just destroy everything. Alright. This is a DNS server that runs locally on my HackTheBox, and it enables me to do stuff like this. I can put this address line in, and I put .shocker.hackthebox / the IP address. What this does, once I restart DNS mask, so DNS mask, restart, it means if I do host shocker.box, I get that. That's the IP address. If I just do anything, right, .shocker.hackthebox, I also get this. So ordinarily, you'd have to go into Etsy hosts and just add every single subdomain that you find to the Etsy host file if you want to do DNS lookups. This way, you don't. So it works very nicely. We'll let the box boot for a little bit, but we'll make a directory for Shocker. Well, the thing about pinging it is the box, yeah, you can ping the box, but that doesn't necessarily mean the entire thing is up. It just means it has a network interface. Some services take 5 minutes to start, for instance. Well, at least they can. I need to check which version of AutoRecon I have installed. Probably have done -v. -version. 27. Okay, good. Alright, we're going to do AutoRecon. I'm actually going to see what I have in the config file. Okay, that's fine. AutoRecon config file. config.toml. And then we're going to use shocker. Alright, so, you know, I figure out, let's just, what is that? Okay. Let's start it off. So we immediately found TCP port 80. Okay, let's use Burp. Unfortunately, I can't use Burp Pro. My license is expired. I need to renew it. So we're stuck at Burp Community, which should be fine. All right, let's have a look at what we can find here. Oops. Yeah. Turn the intercept off. All right, we've got TCP 80, which is generally HTTP, and that is actually confirmed here. Don't Bug Me is the index page. We have... okay, yeah, we have a CGI bin. So that probably is Shocker. Sorry, Shell Shock. We also have SSH, supports public key and password. Doesn't necessarily like an older version, but should be okay. What's the Note software? This is Notion Enhanced. So it's a Linux binary that lets you sync. It basically lets you connect to Notion and use Notion in a regular window rather than using it via a web interface. So it's pretty nice. All right, so what we probably actually need to do is start a new Ferox Buster on this directory here. Because what we want to do is find likely some .pls and see if we can actually, yeah, probably actually we need to do that. So let's do this. All right, so we'll do basically the same thing as we were running before, except this time I don't want PHP, I don't want HTML. I probably want a PL or a CGI. So I think let's just leave that running and see what happens. So you'll notice now I'm in the CGI bin directory, which we discovered, but it had a 403, which does, it's not a 404. It's basically, was it 403 forbidden? I always get 403 and 401 confused. I'm pretty sure it's forbidden. Well, for some reason it's not even working, so could not connect to target. Ah. Well, that's probably why. I'm gonna say that we just need to kill the auto recon scan now. And we'll do this. Great. Okay, the box is still up, that's good. I just do this then. Oops. Okay, good. Right. Yeah, it is a 403 forbidden, I was correct. Alright, so let's do... Alright, so we have some 403s here. These are expected. Anything that starts .ht usually will generate a 403 on Apache at least. And what is this? This is Apache, yeah. So we're looking for potentially a 200, possibly, or at least something that's not a 403. Otherwise, we might... Yeah, I don't think we can just randomly grab one. It has been a while since I've done Shell Shock. Shell Shock was released, goodness, quite a few years ago. Let's use the Debbuster, sorry, directory list 2.3 medium. See if we can get anything from that. It's a much bigger list, obviously. Otherwise, I guess the full TCP scan didn't finish. But what I suspect is we don't need to find anything else. I have a good CPU? Yes. I mean, this... Does it say? Yeah, I mean, it's not really. It's a Ryzen 7 3700. It's several years old now. I mean, it does fine for me. I haven't noticed anything I need to upgrade. Alright, let's play around with Shell Shock. So the only reason, by the way, we're thinking Shell Shock, other than the title of the box, is this CGI bin thing. So if Shell Shock, let's there we go. Shell Shock Wikipedia is a software bug in Bash. And you may think, well, what's CGI bin got to do with Bash? Well, the problem is this. When a web server uses the Common Gateway Interface CGI to handle a document request, it copies certain information from the request into the environment variable list, and then delegates the request to a handler program. If the handler program is a Bash script, or if it executes Bash, then Bash will receive the environment variables passed by the server and will process them. Yes, so that's why. But you do not give an SH. Why would we need .sh? .sh only runs on a server. What this is saying is, this is on the server, right? If the handler is a Bash script, the handler being the thing that runs on the server. All right. Now CGI files are usually, if they're not .cgi, they're usually .pl. You can see this here, right? And .pl is Perl, obviously. So yeah, they're either .cgi or they're .pl usually. So we'll see. I don't know whether it's just going to give anything, like anything we request here, over to a bash process, but we'll see. So shell shock, where are we? This one maybe? Oh, that's the scanner. So we probably want this one actually. I think. Yeah, alright. We'll try this one. Use no option. So the way it works is you can inject into the header. So this is the user agent. Need to set our hosts to shell shock. Is it shell shock? HackTheBox? Yeah. Oh wait, did I say? Oh, it's shocker. That's why. Just shocker. Target path of binaries used by the command stage. Yeah. So I think that's fine. Path to CGI script. Set target URI to. Let's just do CGI bin. See. Is Ferox Buster different than Durbuster? Well, it's newer. Durbuster is ancient. Ferox Buster, they all do the same thing. Go Buster, Ferox Buster, Durbuster, Derby, FFUF, all the other ones, Dursearch, they all do the same thing. The difference is generally how fast and how many other features they have. Go Buster is okay, it's fast, it doesn't have any recursion though, which is really stupid. It's like, just, I don't understand why you would do it. Alright, do we do this? Well, we can basically just... see. We need to set... No, Ferox has recursion, of course it does. It's enabled by default, actually, that's why I have to put a -n here. Yeah. Look, do not recurse, true. Try the SS... And did you try to exploit with curl? I didn't, but we're trying to find something. I mean, if it's a .sh, it doesn't make any sense, because you like... That really isn't how this is supposed to work, but we will try it. I've never seen a .sh. But if that's a clue, I guess we'll see. Like, this is not how it should work. I've never seen a... Or a map script? I mean, we ran a map. We didn't find anything. Yeah, this is just silly. I've never seen anything that used .sh. Like, I don't understand why they decided to keep this. Like, I've exploited real shell shock injections. Sorry, shell shock. Well, not really injections, but I've exploited shell shock in the wild, and you never see a .sh. I'm sorry, it's just not done. It's .cgi or it's .pl. I don't understand why. This is why HackTheBox sometimes just fails, because the right .sh doesn't. This isn't being executed by Bash. This is presumably a CGI script that is being executed by Bash. Why they have user.sh, I don't know. Okay, so I guess we can go back to Ruby. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's exploit it manually. Shell shock, exploit. There we go. Exploiting CGI scripts with shell shock. Apparently, I viewed this. Okay. Right, it's this thing here. Alright, so let's do a curl. We're going to do a curl, we're going to do dash, we're going to do dash I, we're going to do dash x get. Dash I will give us everything, like everything in the response. I'm going to use the agent. And then we're going to put this thing, which is our shell shock script. Then we just need this. Now this might not. Oh, what did I do? I don't know why that happened. This should have copied. Copy. Paste. There we go. Okay. Curl dash I. What's happening now? It is curl dash I, isn't it? Well, I understand what's going on now. That doesn't make any sense. I guess we'll just do it in... Yeah, we'll do it here, look. It's probably easier to see, actually. So I'm going to copy this. User agent. Place it here. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I did capital X, didn't I? I didn't. Okay, fine. But even still, this should have worked. I don't understand why this didn't work. Why can't I curl my thing anymore? Oh well. Alright, so as you can see, what's happened is, due to this weird payload, we've echoed the word vulnerable. I think you can just do this. No, you can't. There's something else you couldn't do. What was it? Can we do this? It's been so long since I've played around with it. No. All right, so you can do some things. The other one you can do is a sleep. Or do you have to do it like this? Maybe. I'm just going to play around with it for a little bit. No. Okay. So basically, how shellshock works is, you can define a function and at the same time get it to execute stuff in the function. That didn't work either. Alright. So, yeah, basically what we're doing is we're defining a function here, and because of this weird thing, you can actually break out. So in this case, yeah, it's using bin bash to execute stuff. So I guess now we could technically do probably just bin bash dash C, honestly. Dash C ID? No. Echo ID? Interesting.
New subscription received. Dispensing gratitude. Gratitude dispensed.
Yeah, maybe the quotes are what it didn't like, but Dash CID maybe. No, it still doesn't like it. Okay, well, we'll try this. Try this. NC local. What am I doing? NC dash NVLP 444. Need my IP address actually. Okay. Grab this. Okay. 4444. Send. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to fix my I need to fix my GIFs. Yeah, we don't have any GIFs today, unfortunately. I did something stupid and now they're all broken. Obviously I didn't have time before the stream to sort them out. Just imagine an Indian hacker woman saying I'm in and we'll be fine. Okay, we're in. Let's see if Python is installed. Let's see if Python. I followed basically what I did was I wanted to have them showing on multiple scenes, and I followed a tutorial which apparently should have worked, but it didn't. And then whenever I switched to a new scene, it would play all of them at once. And I don't understand why. So I need to go back. Yeah, so maybe I can explain it better. Right. This is the original form. So there were, by the way, there were a bunch of these, and it was quite funny back in 2014. If you were around for this, it was rather amusing, because basically the first one, the original form of the vulnerability, involves a specially crafted environment variable containing an exported function. All right. So in this case, you would export this. You would create this environment variable x, and you would set it to a function, right, containing a function exported function definition followed by arbitrary commands. Bash incorrectly executes the training commands when it imports the function. Okay, so what we're doing is we're giving it a string, right? We're giving x. We're setting this variable x to a string which happens to contain this function definition. All right. So this is just a stupid function definition, right? That opens the function. Everything inside the curly braces are the function. It doesn't have a name because it doesn't have to, because why not? To keep it small. And then you have arbitrary code. And again, all we're doing is setting this as a string to this environment variable. But because of how Bash did things, it would just execute this. So it execute any trailing commands when it imports this thing, which is just stupid. So that was what happened. They fixed it, and then you can see this was 6271. Literally a week later, somebody found a way around the fix, and then that was fixed, and then this one was discovered. So that was actually literally the next CVE. And then that was fixed, and then on the same day the original vulnerability was published, Tavis Ordinary discovered this related bug. So this came back to haunt them. Yeah, it was, and then there's this one, and this one. And finally, I think it was fixed right here. Yeah, so they tried to fix it several times, and people just kept finding... I mean, look at this ridiculous thing. People just kept finding ways around it. So yeah, it was very funny. That's why it works. It's just a really stupid parsing vulnerability. And then you can just put anything here and it will basically execute it. Alright, Python 3. Python 4 dash C import pty dot spawn bin bash. Okay, did that work? I think it did. Control Z. Oops. STTY size STTY for echo. And then we'll do STTY rows 39. STTY vertical rows 172. Okay, and then we'll export term equals X term 256 color. Okay, and now basically what that did was it made it so that I can control C and my entire terminal does not disappear. Alright, so we have a terminal. We are running as Shelly. So I guess I can just cd into my home directory. Probably. And there's probably user.txt. There is. So we can grab this. We can firstly mute HackTheBox so it doesn't ruin my ears. So in terms of easy, yeah, I mean, okay, it was easy. I don't agree with the .sh thing. That doesn't really make any sense from a realistic standpoint, but yeah. So they don't really fix it the first, second, third time. Yeah, pretty much. They tried to fix it. People just kept finding new ways around it. It was just kind of fun. Okay, so... okay. We have Perl that we can execute as root. So we can literally just do this. And now we're root. Lovely. Alright. Root.txt. Any questions? Submit the flag. That was stupid. Can I rate it as 0? No. Okay, piece of cake. There we go. Okay. Real life applicable. I'm just going to rate it a 1 just because you don't use .sh. Common vulnerabilities. Well, probably a 7. It's not really common anymore. Enumeration was a 7 though, because that was kind of stupid. Alright. Yeah, shell shock doesn't really exist anymore. Only on extremely old systems. Everything else has been patched. Alright. There's the IP address for curling. We're going to edit DNS mask again. Put the address. Curling.HackTheBox. There we go. And then service DNS restart. We must do a third. I don't know how I'd sort that out. I'd probably do pairs. I'd pair them off against each other. Alright, so let's see if this worked. If we do host curling.hackbox, indeed we get that. If we do blah 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 dot hackthebox, we get that again. Excellent. Alright. So we'll give it a little while to boot. This is quite an old box, it looks like. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get the auto recon thing going though. Curling.hackbox. Alright, here we go. Let me go to my settings and display and flick the damn thing upside down. Keep changes. Okay, so you can't see it, but my screen in front of me where everything is happening is now upside down for me. Yeah, so I'm going to hit enter and we're going to start running stuff, and I'm going to try and read upside. Okay, we have port 22 and 80, so we can probably just go all the way down. Oh, no. Down here. There we go. Right. HTTP // curling.HackTheBox. Will that work? Yes. Okay, well, I mean, this is kind of on the nose, I think. Okay. So... should I run curl? Sorry, should I run cool? Probably. D3 HTB curling.HackTheBox. Does that output to a... No, outputs... What am I doing? Okay. Fuel.txt. There we go. Okay. Right, now if I just limit and get rid of the top one, which I don't know what it's not. Okay. How many do we have in that? I should probably put a timer on. What's it been, like a minute maybe? Alright. I'll put a 4-minute timer on. Because we have been hacking upside down. What does Cool do? Good question. Cool basically scrapes the web server. So it visits the site and it crawls for a bit. So it will follow links and stuff. And it will produce a list of unique words. Right? So it'll have a word good. Question is that? First, let's get... Right, it'll have all those words. So it's used to build a word list. The general purpose of it is to build word lists for brute forcing. Alright, so it has 218 unique words in it. And so what you would do is if you find usernames on this site and you want to brute force them, you would just give it this word list for passwords and hope that it does work. Alright, let's go back to auto recon. Did we find anything else? So far, no. Just those 2 ports, which means if I go to here, and what are we doing? We go back to curling. Is that it? Yep. Results. Scans. Okay. Well, the vhost thing is broken. So just ignore that. Okay. Do we have any 200s that are interesting here? That's JS. What's this? Index.php. Uncategorized. What's the object of... Okay, right. So that's maybe nothing? I don't know. We got some JS files. Oh, we have component users. So presumably we need to find out exactly what kind of site this is. Cyber mentoring. It's basically cybersecurity mentoring. So what we're doing right now is trying to hack this box on a site called HackTheBox. Okay, so this is where we need username and password. So presumably, we need to find usernames. Written by super user. There. So that's oh, I don't want to click that. Whoops. Okay, written by super user. Super user. So, okay, unless we find anything else which has usernames, it might be we might want to brute force the super user. Let's have a look. Again, I'm doing this upside down because the wheel told me to. We've got favicon there, CSS. Again, uncategorized. I don't really. Oh, administrator. Okay. So if I copy this, how do I copy? There's copy upside down, lovely. If I go to this. Oh, it's Joomla. Okay, that makes sense. And I got 10 seconds before I need to flip my screen back up. So we're just going to wait. 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're good. Let me flip. Keep changes. Lovely. Alright, so it's a Joomla box. So we could use Joom Scan, I guess. We could at least Google Joomla default username. It's just admin. So, okay. Let's see if we can do a login. Admin password. Username do not match or you do not have an account yet. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we're going to use Hydra. At least we're going to try and use Hydra. Okay, so dash L admin dash P cool list. Alright, now we need to figure out which one of these we need. It's going to be, I believe, an HTTP post. Yes. So it's a post request using all of this. Okay. So we're going to need to use HTTP dash post dash form slash this, I think. Not this bit though. Okay, here we go. The variable's argument needs at least the strings user pass, user64 pass. Okay, so basically what we need to do is the optional. So I think how it's done is you just copy this string. And then we do... Oh. Well, we probably need to put this in quotes. Okay. So we're going to put the user thing here. User password equals pass. And then what I want to do is I want to just check with Hydra because there's a way of setting it. So how do we look at this? Dash M. So if we do Hydra dash M HTTP post form. There we go. Nope. Dash U output. Hang on, dash U. You must supply a service name. Okay, HTTP post form. There we go. Alright. So. Oh, it needs a colon. There we go. So instead of this / we'll need colon. And then it's going to be basically the string, blah, blah, blah. And then another colon. And then basically the text that appears when we're incorrect. So the text that appears when we're incorrect is this. Username and password do not match. So let's try that. Alright, let's see if this... Yeah. Okay. Well... that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Well, this thing doesn't says it just should have this, so it doesn't necessarily need a success message. Well, I guess we see the syntax. Here we go. Form URL form parameters condition string. Condition string is a string that it checks for an invalid login. Yeah. Invalid condition login check can be preceded by an F equals. Successful condition login check must be preceded by an S equals. This is where most people get it wrong. You have to check what a failed string looks like. Yeah, that's what we did. Alright, we'll do F equals. Yeah, it's still doing that. I guess let me just try something. We're gonna because I didn't use these. Maybe if we do this, and obviously it doesn't have any cookies. So the question is, will this still work? It won't. That's why. Okay. Do we need a cookie then? Let's just see. When in doubt, send the request and see what happens. Most invalid security token. Okay, so we do need, in fact, this thing, I think. Probably need these cookies. That's weird. And we also probably need this thing. I bet we don't need the return. Maybe we do. We'll put it in anyway. Why is this a bad request now? Okay. Let me take the cookies out. God damn. I don't understand. Pizza, send. Alright. We're going to assume that this is what we need. So, Hydra cookies. How do we do cookies? Or is it something we can do here? Oh, okay. To define a different page to gather initial cookies from. Alright. Following parameters are optional. So we do need to do this. C equals. Right? Where are we? To gather initial cookies from. Oh, hang on. Send a user-defined HTTP header. Let's do that instead. We're going to do H. And it's going to be H equals my header foo. Okay. Yeah, so what we're going to do instead, we're going to do this. We're going to do H equals cookie, and then we're just going to put the cookies in. Okay. That. Okay, and then we do another call. Actually, no, we don't need another cookie. What we do need, though, is to add those other two things here. So I think now that looks better. That's not giving me multiple passwords. So I think, hopefully, this may find us some useful information, maybe. If it doesn't, we may have to at least search the site a bit more. We may have to generate another list, potentially with, oh, we can cancel this. The vhost is nonsense. I can potentially find another username, because we're just using the default here. This has an htaccess.txt though, which has a 200, which is interesting. So let's find that. This might just be useless, but yeah, I imagine this is just useless. Configuration.php has nothing in it. Secret.txt. Oh my goodness. This is one of those boxes, isn't it? This is either a password or it is... Where's HackTheBox? Oh, it's base64 encoded. Right. It is. Base64 encoded. Well, that was stupid. So if we just go back here. You bet it's admin in this, yeah? No. Maybe I have to get some more cookies. Admin. It was, what was it? Super admin as well, right? No. Okay, well, why is this happening? Super user, sorry. Super user. No. Let's just try this anyway. So admin and this. No. Super user and this. No. Okay, so we probably do need to find another username. There's a Joom scan. Do we have Joom scan installed actually? We do. Okay, we can just give it a URL. It looks like I just give it -ec, but let's actually have a look at the help menu and see what we have. -ec. Alright, there we go. So it's gonna be HTTP / curling .HackTheBox -ec. Okay. I don't know if it does username enumeration. Directory listing is enabled though. Joom scan is okay. It's no WP scan. I don't think it did say we could oh, it's actually oh, here we go. Com users. Maybe this will be it. Nope, wait a minute. Maybe this will list users, I don't know. No. Okay. Floris. Oh, and her password is there, look. On Floris. Floris and what was it again? Curling 2018. Alright, so we just have to basically look around a bit. So we're either going to be able to log in here, which we are. Okay, so there we go. Or I was going to say, or we had to go log in here, but this worked. So actually, let's do some write-ups. So this. So, my goodness, come on. Secret file has the contents. This thing, which base 64 is this. Curling 2018 exclamation point. Okay, and then the username we found here, right? Floris username found here. Floris username found there. And then we can just log in at the admin site. Log in at admin. Go. Okay. So, this is presumably a bit like PHP with WordPress. Yeah. Can we just upload any file? Let's see. Let's just create a test.php file, which I'm just going to use. I'm just going to do echo system. Shouldn't really use echo system. System should be fine, but let's just see it anyway. Alright, let's see if this does anything. Browse to a file. We're going to go home, HackTheBox, curling, test.php. I just want to see if it works now. Error, unable to find install package. Let's have a look and see what that actually did though. Install directory is there. Okay, can I just repeat this and change the install directory to... Actually, what are we doing? We just do /temp. So can we just go to temp test.php? No. Okay. The other thing that we could do potentially is templates. Which one is it using? It's not really using any of them, is it? Default for our pages is Protostar. So the template is Protostar, okay. Alright, so can we just do this? Let's just do PHP info and save that. And then if we refresh, yeah, okay. Much easier. So what we can just do here is echo system. We don't even need echo. What am I doing? Just system. Hopefully they haven't disabled it. Underscore get cmd. And then if we just save that and do cmd equals id. There we go. All right. Then we're going to use rev shell gen. We're going to use rev shell. Come on. Okay. Rev shell gen. We're going to use the MC mknod. The netcat mknod one is very reliable with PHP, quote unquote, generally. Pipe it through my URL encode function, which is just literally a Python script I wrote. And that just means, because obviously if I didn't do that, we'd get a bunch of, where are they? There's usually a few ampersands, maybe not. But generally speaking, you don't want to see forward slashes and everything being passed in the URL. Better to encode them. Alright, so let's do an NC. See if we can just do this. Looks promising. Yeah, there we go. Where am I? With dub data, which Python 3? We have Python 3, so we're going to do exactly the same thing as before. Import pty.spawn bin bash. And okay, Control Z that. STTY size again. STTY raw-echo move into the foreground. STTY rows is 39. STTY cols is 172. And export term equals xterm 256 color. And now again we have a lovely shell I can cancel. Alright, so well, we have a web.config file, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean, this is an easy box. This is Cyber Mentoring Tuesday, which is usually Cyber Mentoring Monday, but I wasn't here yesterday. Here we go. Okay, let's go to configuration. Oops. Configuration.php, we're going to look for some passwords. There it is. Probably I've explained what I did there, so I'm just going to add... I'm going to edit the index.php file. Edit index.php file to include web shell. There it is. And then just get web shell. Yeah. Get shell as data. Okay. Here we go. We're going to copy this. Oh, there's a secret there. That probably has nothing to do with actual passwords, but we're going to copy it anyway. Robots.txt literally just tells a search engine not to index that site. It does not disable access generally. Good question, though. Okay, so that was var dub configuration. Just copy that into our notes. Var dub html/configuration.php. So, shall we see if this florist user firstly exists, which we can obviously do using cat Etsy password, and there they are. Shall we see if we can just su to florist using the password that she gave us? Possible I didn't actually copy that correctly, but we'll see. This is her, by the way, her MySQL password, so it might not work like this. But we do also have her regular password, so maybe it'll work here. Can we just use florist here? No. Okay, so what we're probably going to do is we're going to use MySQL. Connect with florist, and we're going to what's the database? I go back up here. The database is Joomla, so actually I'm going to copy that because that's useful information right there. So Joomla. Enter password. Yeah, you'll note this -p doesn't mean the password is Joomla. If there was no space there, it would. If you give MySQL a -p and just do a space, it basically means prompt for the password. Okay. So now I just need this password here. So this is her MySQL password. Okay. Show databases. We have the Joomla database. We should be in Joomla if I do use Joomla. Okay, show tables. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. So let's select all. Well, actually, let's just do a describe. We'll describe ESLFU users. Username and password. What does the user keys do? User_keys. Alright, probably nothing. Alright, so we're going to select username and password from ESLFU_users. We already have that password. This is the password you use to log in. So, I might want to user notes, maybe. Select all from user. ELSFU user_notes. No. I can try doing sudo. No, it's not work. Let's just go into the home directory and see if we can find anything useful in here. Password backup. Well, that looks interesting, doesn't it? That's probably the only thing that looks interesting, actually. Password backup. Okay. Anyone know what this is? I don't know how this was generated. No? This was generated using XXD. You do XXD, let's just say etc password, you get this lovely thing. You pipe that into XXD-D, I think. No, it's -R, sorry, -R. You get the thing you wanted back. It's not encryption, no, it's literally just hex encoding everything. So, if we do XXD-R password backup, we get this thing, which is nonsense, but if we send it into /temp/password_backup, and then we do a file. So we use the file command on password backup. It'll tell us it's a bzip compressed data. So, can we bzip this? Actually, does tar have bzip? I think it does. Bzip, it does, -J. So what we'll do is we'll do tar-xfj password backup. Why did that not work? Is it -J? Bzip2. Did do X. Oh, maybe it's... Is it just this? Yeah. I don't need the dash. Or maybe not. Password backup. Nope. We'll move the password backup to password backup.bz2. Let's see if this is going to do something. Cannot open J. What the hell is going on? I'm running it in tar extract mode. -xf should be the way you do it. So maybe I'm doing... I know if you do -f something else, it's gonna... Oh, hang on, does it not have a bzip? Oh, it does. What is happening here? Okay, so we'll do xf-j like that, maybe. No. -sx-j. Don't quite understand what's going on there, but we can fix it easily. We'll just move the file to my box. So we're going to copy temp password backup to there, and then we'll just... Okay, we're not. Let me just copy it to /temp. Nope, sorry. Copy to temp. Yes, okay, good. So now if I wget HTB curling.HackTheBox temp/password backup.bz2. There we go. Now can I do X? Getting F. Oh, maybe it was the J had to be there. Yeah, that was it. I'm an idiot. But that didn't work either. Why did that not work? tar-x JF password backup. Is there a way to output? I don't quite understand why it's not extracting anything. Dash F just means file. I could just do dash T maybe. That might be easier. We do JT. You may not specify more than one of the. Okay, so we don't need the X. We need a T. There's nothing in the file. What is going on here? Just unzip the bloody thing. No. What? bzip2 compressed data. Alright, we're just gonna have to Google because apparently I have no idea how to, I guess, unbzip. bzip2 command. Is it just bzip? It is. How do we do this? I swear I tried bzip on there. Okay, no, forget it. bzip2 is right here as well. For some reason. There we go. I guess it doesn't like it when you use tar with a bzip. Alright, so we're going to run this again. This is now a gzip file, apparently. Great. So we're going to move password backup to password backup.gz. And then we're going to use gunzip. Okay, I'll do ls. Alright, file password backup. Is bzip again. Great. We're going to do password backup.bz2. We're just going to do the same thing we did before. File password backup. Now it's a tar archive, so now we can just do tar xf. Well, I should probably move password backup. This is ridiculous. Password backup.tar. Okay, tar-xf. Password backup.tar. File password.txt is ASCII text. Oops. That was ridiculous. This is probably her password. SU Floris. It is. But what we can probably do right now is SSH and get a slightly nicer shell. Floris at curling.hackthebox. There we go. Alright. So, it's ridiculous. So there was a password backup file. So home/floris/this. This was a bzip2/ gzip/bzip2/tar archive. When decompressed, we get password. Oops. Decompressed. We get Floris's system password, I guess we'll call it. Okay, so now we are Floris. Let's do a sudo. I suppose I should probably do this actually, a sudo-l on my SSH session, just because I like using SSH more. Alright, let's do the password. User Floris may not run sudo on curling. We actually have this user.txt, which we'll extract here.
It was rigged. I don't give a shit about your opinion. Get fucked.
No rigging here. Alright, submit the flag. Okay, difficulty rating. It's not too easy, but it wasn't super hard, let's say. Cool. All right, there's this admin area, which we haven't checked out yet. Okay. Interesting. What type of files are these? ASCII text and report is an HTML document. Well, yeah, we can't input. URL. Okay. That report. Oh, okay. Secret.txt was right there. That's funny. Alright. So... let me just... see something. So let's see if we can... I'm imagining what's happening is there's a cron job and the root user is reading this input file and taking this URL and then going to it and executing this or something and saving it as this. Let's see if that actually is the case. So what we're going to do in my... I have an index.html Tiberius. Good. Okay, so if we do IPA and get my... if I just do a curl to this, it's just going to say my name, Tiberius. So if we change the input file, let's just do... actually, okay, they didn't have a forward slash, so I'm not going to use the forward slash. But other than that, we're going to use this. Okay, so it has changed. It looks like it's every minute. So we have, see, last time it was 31, this time it's 32. So it has been updated. It was probably updated back here as well. This was probably something else. That was the 30. Yes, okay, so we're looking good. So basically what we need to check out is when this clock hits 33, whether a new file is written with just my name in it. Let's see. It is. Okay, great. Now this will tell us if we tail the Apache log. It's using curl. So the question is how's it doing this? It's importing some input, so it's using the input and it's getting curl. Can we do curl? We can. All right, so we can just curl the shadow file. So let's vim x input, and what we'll do is we'll just replace this entire thing with file : / /etc shadow. And then hopefully, no. Yes. Okay, now we have the shadow file. So now we can copy this. CD into HackTheBox. Curling. Root.hash. We'll do John. Word list. Rock U. Root.hash. See if that comes up with anything. I suppose we could use cool again. The other thing we could try while we're at it is input. We could oh, it resets it. That's kind of cool. We could do file / root / .ssh / ID RSA. See if we can get that. Did that rewrote my thing before I could. Alright, file : / root / .ssh / ID RSA. So maybe. We basically have to be very careful because it's overwriting everything. I'm going to stop that and just use the cool command. The text we got earlier. Okay, that didn't work, so we'll just run this in. I imagine we aren't supposed to brute force this, but we'll see. So what I've done is I've asked it to try and give me the the root user's SSH key if he has one. Okay, let's have a look. Cat report. No. Cat input. That's weird. Okay, so it's not that. I guess the other thing we could see is There's reading in this thing. Maybe we should grab PSpy and see if we can have any inkling of what process is actually running this PSpy 64 mod plus XPSpy. So what PSpy does is it listens for processes that are running. So if we run this for at least a minute, it's going to, I mean, it's telling us all these processes. These are all me. But once that root process runs, which is running every minute, and we know that, we can have a kind of an idea of possibly what's running, the location of the file that's running, and maybe, just maybe, there's a way to exploit that. But we'll see. So I think all these are from 10 seconds past the, yeah. So it shouldn't be too much longer. Let's just use the date function here. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. Alright, yeah. So this is it, look. It runs curl-k this. Oh, hang on, -k. Oh, interesting. What is -k? Config. Right. We have a so we have a config we can do this to. So the question is then, can we? Is there a GTFO bins for curl that we can just run as? I'll just say we run it as an SUID, saving the file. So why don't we overwrite the Etsy password file? So what we'll do is we'll copy Etsy password to password here. We'll do backup as well, just in case, but probably sure this is going to work. So what we need to do is do an open SSL password. I'm going to copy this value. I'm going to bin the password file that we have copied here. Go all the way down to the bottom. Create a new line. New root. And I'm just going to copy literally everything up here. Okay. So my question now is, if we do admin area, and we actually create input 2. Sorry, I'm going to copy input to input 2. Copy input to dash dash input here. And then we're going to edit this file. And we're going to say, okay, we want to grab files // home /florist /password. And now we just need to do the -o thing. Output equals. There we go. Output equals etc password. Okay. So now if we copy input over the top of input, I don't know if that did it or not. Let's have a look. It did. I was just in time. So it has in fact written this file, the file that I created over /etc password. So now if I just do new root and I type the word password, because that's the one we set, now we are root. Root.txt. And the reason that works, I've explained this so many times on the stream, but if you're new here, which I know a few of you are, the reason this works is the etc password file doesn't contain passwords, but it used to. And it's backwards compatible. Where you see an X after the username, that means the password is in the shadow file. But if you don't see an X, this is the password hash. I used OpenSSL just to generate a simple password hash. The reason why when we su to new root, we got the root user is because Linux doesn't really care about what this says. This is meaningless. This is just a string of characters. What it cares about is this number here. This is the user ID, and this is the primary group ID. And you can have multiple users with the same user ID, just with a different username. So when you have a user down here called new root who has an ID of 0, it's basically just root. And the reason it says root down here instead of new root is when you get a shell, Bash is going to look up the username with an ID of 0, which is at the top here. If I were to put new root up here above this root, then my username would still be new root. But because it's the first one on the list that has an ID of 0, that's what Bash uses. Okay. That was a good box. Submit flag. So... yeah, I would say very easy. That was very easy. Explain why adding the new line with output overwrote. Okay, so... do I have this thing on my screen still? Right, so when we ran pspy, we saw that root, right, UID 0, was running this. So it's running curl with a -k pointing to this input file, which we can write to, and the -o pointing to report. Okay, so -k, if you look in the curl config, sorry, the curl man page, means config file, right? So you specify a config file to read curl arguments from. Command line arguments found in the text file will be used as if they were provided on the command line. All right. And so it gives an example, URL equals example.com, right? And we had in that directory home /florist/admin, right? URL equals this. But you don't have to just use URL, you could use output. So what I did was I changed the URL to point to the etc password file that I'd written here, right? So the home florist password file, this was the edited one, and then I just put the output and said, hey, output that to etc password. And it did. Now, why it overwrote the -o, I imagine that's just how it works, maybe? It probably says so in here somewhere. I wonder, actually, maybe we can test it. Because what we can do... let's do let's just do this, and then do output password 2. Okay, yeah, so if you do 2 outputs, it's just going to take the first one, look. So because it reads the config file first, the fact that we have a second output doesn't matter. It's not going to output twice, it's going to output to the first one. Would output a file etc password also work even though it's not needed? Possibly. I mean, we can try it, I guess. Let's just do output file / home Tiberius HackTheBox curling / password. It would not. Apparently not. That is the right one, right? Home, Tiberius, curling, yeah. Yeah, it didn't work. So you cannot do that, apparently. Good to know, though. Alright. Curling has been pwned. Excellent. Thank you so much for watching. On the screen of my socials, please follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and obviously follow me on Twitch. Everyone have a great week, and I will see you next time. Let's raid.